Hello students, hope you are all doing well. Welcome to another video by QuickStudy. Today we will start another topic of IGCSE Physics, which is motion. Motion is one of the core fundamentals of physics, and everything and anything we learn from now on will be connected to this topic. So what is motion? Motion is the process of an object or substance changing its place or position. Let's break it down. Motion refers to the change in position of an object or substance. For example, when a bird flies from one tree to another, it's in motion. When we walk from one room to the kitchen, we are also experiencing motion. So, in other words, anything that is moving is an example of motion. So, to learn motion further, we would have to learn two key concepts. They are speed and velocity. Speed is how fast something is moving. It is calculated by dividing the distance of an object by the time. Velocity is speed in a particular direction. For example, a car moving at 30 kilometers per hour is speed, and a car moving 30 kilometers per hour towards south is velocity. To calculate velocity and speed, we have the same formula. We have to divide distance or displacement by the time taken. Let's look at an example. A car travels 100 kilometers in 2 hours. So the average speed of the car will be 100 kilometers divided by 2 hours, which is 50 kilometers per hour. We can also calculate this in meters per second as we learned the conversion in the previous video. The formula would be V is equal to S divided by T. Here, V is for velocity, S is for distance, and T is for time taken. We can calculate anything if we know the two elements of a formula. For example, we can rearrange the speed equation as S is equal to V into T. We can calculate the distance by multiplying the speed and time. Let's learn the difference between speed and velocity. Speed is a scalar quantity, which means it has only magnitude but no direction. On the other hand, velocity is a vector quantity, which means it has both magnitude and direction. Speed represents the rate at which an object covers the distance. It tells us how fast an object is moving along a path. Velocity describes the rate and direction of that object's movement. To complete our knowledge about motion, we need to learn about another concept known as acceleration. Acceleration is the rate at which objects change their velocity. It can be calculated as A is equal to change in velocity divided by time taken, or A is equal to V minus U divided by T. Here, V is the final velocity and U is the initial velocity. Both are divided by the time taken. Let's look at some examples regarding acceleration. When a plane is about to take off, it has to reach a certain speed, which is known as the takeoff speed, before it can fly. In ice hockey, the players hit a small disc which decelerates only very slowly when it slides across the ice. Deceleration is the opposite of acceleration, where the speed decreases. When the egg is dropped onto the ground, it is forced to decelerate, decrease its speed very rapidly. Rapid deceleration can have destructive results. Velocity is measured in meter per second, so increase in velocity is also measured in meter per second. Acceleration, the rate of increase in velocity, is therefore measured in meter per second square. Let's look at an example of how to calculate acceleration. A car is traveling at 20 meters per second. It accelerates steadily for 5 seconds, after which it is traveling at 30 meters per second. Let's calculate its acceleration. Let's write down what we know. We know that the starting velocity or initial velocity is 20 meters per second. The final velocity is 30 meters per second, and the time it took is 5 seconds. So as we know the formula, A is equal to V minus U divided by T. So 30 minus 20 divided by 5. It would be 10 divided by 5. So the acceleration of the car is 2 meter per second square. We will need to learn about another equation which links speed, acceleration and distance. The equation is final speed squared is equal to initial speed squared plus 2 into acceleration into distance. Shortly it would be v square is equal to u square plus 2as. Let's look at an example. Before we do the example, we have to remember two things. When something is not moving, the initial velocity will be taken as 0, and when something is dropped from above, the height will be taken or is the same as distance. So in the example, a cylinder is dropped from a helicopter hovering at a height of 200 meters. The acceleration due to gravity is 10 meter per second square. Let's calculate the speed at which the cylinder will hit the ground. Let's write what we have first. Acceleration is 10 meter per second square. Distance is 200 meter. The initial velocity here is 0 as the helicopter is not moving at all. So the formula is v square is equal to u square plus 2as. Here u square is 0 as the initial velocity is 0 plus 2 into 10 as the acceleration is 10 multiplied by 200 which is the distance. It will come up as 4000. Therefore, b will be 4000 root over. The answer would be 63.25 meters square. Here we did the root over because the equation states that v square. So to remove the square, we have to root the actual answer. What we learned today about motion will help us understand each and every topic as we go further in physics. That's all for today. Stay with us to learn more about physics and other courses as we post regularly on our channel. To learn about our online tutoring service, please visit quickstudy.uk.